Okay, hello. So you are playing on Nagato in a top tier match. So this looks already pretty good. And a few seconds in, the first question: where the fuck is your camo? Why don't you have a camo? You also don't have a single flag. That's something that really triggers me personally because it's kind of pointless. You got so many camos in this game. You get them for free on every single occasion, and yeah, there's not really a point to not take any out. Even if you have to argue that you had to pay for the standard camo around, or what was it? I can't even remember, 22k credits or so. Even if you buy it, you still get way more money out of the game, and chances are high you also survive longer with a camo slotted. So please don't do that. Let's fast forward for now. I want to see what's happening. By the way, your concealment is abysmal. I would assume you don't have a captain, or better said, not a captain with enough skill points. But right now you're sitting on 17.1. Yes, that's also not very good. I can't remember to which value you can push the Nagato down right now, but it's around 15 or less, I think, so. And of course the camo also counts in here. Okay, I'm going to the view of you now. I think the moment before you were aiming at the Kongo. Oh, alright, your unit has just nuked the Fiji. Just a quick stop here. You kind of brought yourself in a questionable position, at least for the target you want to shoot. Like, I know you want to aim at the Congo, but in order to do that, you would have to be here, not here. So instead of aiming his way, there are more than enough targets here. Look at them. There's a Hawkins, there's a York, a Mackinson. I can't even see what's it in between. So many ships, man. I personally would aim at the York. And the reason for that is he's overextended and he's in a bad position. Meaning, if he wants to, get out there, he either has to reverse or he has to go forward, which means he goes closer to you. Okay. I'm not really sure if you are a new player or not, but I can see one thing, and that is that you don't use your sector AA. I'm not sure if you know how this works, but I'm just gonna quickly explain it. You basically can activate sector anti-air by looking in the direction, like to the left or to the right, and pressing O on your keyboard unless you had a different binding here. And what that does is that you will have one big damage burst, and your AA is kinda, how should I put it? It's kinda ramping up, like it's getting more power, more energy. So, for example, right now, you have those ticks every few seconds, and they do this white damage, right? If you do sector AA, you get one burst, like one very high damage burst. The numbers will also turn red, and the ticks are getting much faster. And the only downside is that if the planes go above you to the other side, the AA on that side is weaker for the time being. Your sector AA is active, but I'm just gonna tell you now, everybody's using that, so you should get used to it as well. Okay, speeding up again. Okay, so you're going full speed now. What you should do now, actually there are various things you should do now. You're kind of looking this way, right? So, the Kongo went into the cap, definitely. So you should also have swung your guns here already. So once you come around the corner, you basically have your guns on his broadside. And right now he is broadside, if I see it correctly. Yeah. Also, the Hawkins is also a really good target. Okay, let's see. Might have been a bit too much lead. Yeah, because that guy was stopping. You basically hit only the nose. And quick stop again. Just let me look something up really quickly. Gonna continue in a second. Okay. It takes too long, no? I wanted to look at your stats. Like I said, I would assume you are a new player just because of those things already mentioned. Let me add one more thing. You are sitting full broadside toward 4 ships now, and 2 of them are battleships. This is really bad, man. You will eat so much damage. One thing you should get used to very quickly, not only in a BB but also in cruisers and not basically in every ship, is angling. Meaning your armor is getting more effective against AP once you angle. Because, like, how should I put it? Just let me give a rough example. I'm not sure if the values are correctly, but let's say you have like 200 millimeters of citadel armor, for example. And yeah, if this guy shoots you broadside, you only have this 200 millimeters, which by the way isn't enough. But once you angle, this kind of gets multiplied because the shell isn't hitting your sight or your armor directly, like in a 90-degree angle, but in a 45-degree angle, for example, right? And this actually helps getting this effective armor number up. Like I said, I can't give you the direct numbers now, I have to look it up myself. But that's something you should get used to very soon. And also it helps not getting citadeled to hell. Okay, I'm gonna speed up again. That's something I wouldn't have done right now. You are going behind the island and you are effectively taking yourself out of the battle right now. I would have stayed back and shot the Kongo, like I would have angled and kept my turrets on him. Right now you could delete the York. Maybe you are lucky. I think he's gonna turn out, but no, he's not reacting at all. You're aiming too high, by the way. I'm trying to stop down in time. You could see where you're aiming, right? And where his waterline is. Like, you aimed like 1 centimeter too high at least. Basically, you have to kind of visualize where the ship is going and where your shots would hit him. And right now in this situation, you're aiming in a way you're basically hitting the upper belt and the superstructure. Let's speed up again. And see, this was basically nothing. You should have aimed for his waterline, because that would have enabled you to citadel him. And yeah, once again, you are basically sitting full broadside. And now, I guess you are dead. Maybe you could... yeah, you should have started in New York. You could have taken New York with you. Okay, that was actually a good shot. But, yeah, goodbye. Okay, yeah, what to say, man. No offense intended, but you are kind of lacking the basics here. Like, angling, aiming, and putting a camo on your ship. And yeah, I don't really know what to say at the moment. I tried to kind of explain it to you right now on the replay, but you also didn't live for too long, so I didn't have too much time for that. The biggest issue I just saw was your angling in itself, or better said, your way you positioned yourself towards the enemy and that you didn't estimate correctly what the enemy could do in this kind of situation. Like, there were 4 ships shooting at your broadside. You saw how quickly your HP disappeared. So, yeah. And especially in case of the York, you aimed way too high. We actually also aimed too high on the Markinson, but the Markinson turned out, which actually made your shells hit his citadel, and yeah, he died. So, which, okay, I guess. I saw you also have a second replay here. I will just have a quick look at your account in the meantime. Like I said, again, no offense intended, that you're a very new player. And maybe that's why you don't really have this insight in the game or don't really understand some mechanics. I don't know. And afterwards, I will do your second replay. So goodbye for now.